So together with us, familiar face for the Serbian handball people, but also I saw that the official website of the International Handball Federation called you Globetrotter. So do you feel like a Globetrotter? With us,
Oh,
Toni Gerona, for those who doesn't know, but
okay. Hi, hi everybody. I didn't know that. I didn't see it. But okay, this is our job. It's difficult to be a long time. I spent 3 years and a half, unbelievable, and it was very nice. These 3 years and a half in Serbia, but that's our life. Let's continue now. We start a new project in Japan, and we are always ready with the baggage. As a coach, you need to be ready always to move if this is something. But I hope that this time, like I did in Serbia, at least will be the possibility to prepare something and to have time enough to work with the players.
yeah, you are now working on the way how my opinion, it should be like in Serbia in the last 3.5 years. You are living in Japan. In Japan, you are following the league, university league, everything around the Japanese handball. How do you feel? How do you see the project until now? These 6 months.
Yeah, it was very nice, and of course, it's like it gives you more possibility when you are all full time there. When you have the possibility to connect with the people, for me, was very important from the beginning to visit the clubs, to speak with coaches. Even that the communication is difficult because mostly of them they don't speak English. But if you want, if you will, to share, to communicate, this is the first step, of course. And for me, it was important to know about Japanese handball, to know really how it works, to give them the possibility, some international approach, to explain them how it works in Europe, in some places that I was lucky to be, like was in Barca by time, of course, and to try to improve what we can improve. What I find out is that more will be more difficult than I expect for many reasons. There is, the Japanese culture is very conservative. They are very traditional. They have a long tradition about on the way that they are working in the universities, and there is only one league in Japan, one senior league. That means there is 14 teams, no more. There is no second, third, fourth league. There is only one league. From these 14 teams, only one is professional. But even that they are professional, they are training only one time per day. And the other 13 teams, they are semi-professional. That means that all the people is working in the company from 8, 9 till 1, 2. And then in the afternoon, they play handball. And of course, this is a very difficult improvement when you can only make one training per day. But in addition, the problem is that in between 18, 22 years, all the players are at the university because all the people is in the university, all of them. There is any player of 18, 19 playing in a senior club in one of these 14 teams. And in the university, and this I saw it, is not that they told me, normally trainings is in between 40, 50, 60, 70 players. Because more players in the team, it means more money for the university. And then the championship, that there is a lot of championships at the university. There is different areas in Japan. Like just in Tokyo, there are 7 leagues with 10 teams in each league. That means 70 teams. But each team is an average of 40, 50 players in each team. You can imagine the quality on the trainings when they are training all together in one court with only one coach who is not professional, because normally is a teacher of the university. That means for the reason that the first step that I did is team 19 position, and when they go senior, still worse. Then it's clear. European players, when they arrive 18, 19 years, they are all of them in professional environment. Okay, we have one example now with the Spanish team that we will face in few days. That there is a lot of players with 18, 19, but all of them are playing in professional clubs. They are playing Champions League. They are playing European leagues, and And in our side, this is not possible. Then how is possible that there is such big difference after 18 years? And this is what I'm trying now to explain them, to show them how it is, and to try to make some changes. Of course, it's very difficult to change everything. You cannot change the culture. Should be like a policy from the ministry, I will say. But at least with the university team, to speak with them and to allow them to make like two trainings, especially those players who will be national team players, to have the possibility to skip some lessons at morning and the first hours to make like an individual training, like gym training. Okay, but I have to say that even that it's difficult, what the first steps that we did, the first meetings that we did, the answer was very positive, and we are in this way. But of course, this is a long way. This is not something that will change in 1 month, 2 months, or even in 1 or 2 years. It will need
Yeah.
more time.
Tell me, are the people there are ambitious? They played a solid Olympic tournament. I would say good Olympic tournament with Carlos Ortega on helm. They were two matches on one goal with Slovenia and Croatia. They put a lot of efforts, a lot of. It was nice to see. It was fresh, something new in handball to see these Japanese, I would say kamikazes who are playing so fast and so interesting. uh, are they put some kind of ambitions and goals on another level after Paris 2024, or they are still, they still know that they are, let's say, far away from European sides?
I will say that this is some disappoint part for me because in this World Championship we will have only 8 players that they played in the Olympic Games. There are few of them that are injured, and why they are injured? They are injured because they are not professionals, and like they spent all the summer working and preparing the World Championship. When they start with the clubs, many of them they are injured. And also, there is a couple of players, Yasuhira and Yoshida, that they say that they don't play more with the national team if they are not paid. They in September they immediately sent one. I was speaking with them. I tried to convince them, hey guys, this is national team, and they say, no, we are professionals. If the federation doesn't pay us, we will not come to play for national team. They are young. I hope that one day they will change their mind. But this was a little bit disappointed, of course, because that means that now for the World Championship, from the 18 players that I have here, only 8 played before with the national team. That means that 10 players played their first international games in this tournament that we play here in Poland. Then you can imagine that even the results were good, and I am more than satisfied with the performance in this tournament. We know that we are going to face now Spain, Sweden, also Chile, that has a lot of experience. And of course, we did like 2 steps back. It's clear that today Japan is not the same team like on the Olympic Games. It's with less, I will say, less quality, less experience. But at least these players, they want to work and they want to improve. And what I can tell you that when you give them the possibility to be like a professionals and to work like professionals, like in the last, now it's almost 4 weeks together, working every day and like this, you see that their improvement is very, very, very fast. For this also, I'm trying to speak with them and to tell them that the best way for the national team will be if some of them move to Europe, to some professional environment, and like this will be a good way to improve easily and faster than if they stay in Japan, for sure. But this is the second problem. Some of them, they
Yeah.
don't want. They are
That is my
conservative.
next question.
Exactly. Some of them, they say, no, I have my job in the company. I play handball because I like it. I get paid a little bit to play handball, but my goal is to give stability, security to my family. That, of course, you have to respect. This they decide like this. They know that handball is not like football. That even for them to move to Europe, it won't be a big money. Then they prefer to be more conservative, and this is something that you have to deal with and you have to understand. Of course, with the young ones, those who are in the university, I have 3 players that already still they are in the university here. I try to push them to send them to some environment, but after it became second problem, and this is the language. Few of them are able to speak a little bit English, and there is one data that I didn't know until I arrived to Japan. You know that only 18% of Japanese population they have passport. Only 18%, because they don't
It
go.
was a prejudice. I had prejudice that in Japan all the people speak English perfectly, and then I came there to the World Championship with the girls in 2019, and I had some medical problem, and we realized that in hospital, no one, any doctor, and
This
nobody. So the official translator of the World Championship, had to come to help us to speak with someone, because no one in hospital was English speakers.
exactly. This is
Was
this and this is, of course, this is a big problem that I try to explain them all in the same way that I'm trying to learn Japanese, just at least humble Japanese. It means to be in the court, they must be able to speak a little bit English, just for just like knowledge from themselves, to be in this life something. Because even that we saw a lot of Japanese people always in every country, like a tourist. Okay, there are 125 million people in the island, and if you realize, every time that they move always together like a group. Never you. It's very strange to see just one people or a couple alone in the place. They are always moving with like a community, no? And of course, this is also a one of the issue. I would say not a problem, but this is one of the small issue that we have to work with here in with the team.
Yeah. Tell me, do they know how big handball is in Europe, and what kind of competitions are there? Do they have clear information how big professionalism is in Europe, and on which level they can play? How many people watch that, and so on? Or they are not motivated, even because they don't have clear information about it.
Yeah, I will say that it's not easy when you are in Japan for many reasons to follow the European leagues. I always, as you can imagine, I'm trying to follow Bundesliga, French Championship, Spanish Championship, Europa League, Champions League. Every day I try to see some matches, but for them it's not easy to access because even that is a very technological country, uh, like they don't speak English, they don't know how to find this information, and they don't know how to see it, and they don't know how to follow this. What I can tell you that when we now here in Plug, we arrived to the hall and they saw the hall, just humble hall, and they see the fans, the organization, the screens, and the supporters that, like, they are really so polite and they are so funny. Okay, all the people here in Plug, they were just when we play against Poland, of course not, but when we play against Tunisia, when we play against Austria, all the people was cheering for the Japanese team because they are really polite, they are well educated, they are really nice people. They never will make something like bad behavior or something like this, and they realize that how big can be that. uh, and of course, those the 8 players that I have here, that they play the Olympics and they play also some world championships before, they explain to the young ones what it means to be in humble. But as I'm telling you, for them it's not like very very attractive, but it's more a question of the character of Japanese people, that they are afraid, that they don't want to do any mistake, and like they don't feel confidence on themselves speaking English, like moving alone. Just an example, I will tell you. I was training with 19 players in Japan, and I have to let one outside. When I said to the player a few days before to come, hey, you feel stay here, be ready, because if something happens, you will come. His first concern was not I'm outside. His first concern is that I have to come alone from Japan to Europe. This was his first concern, that really I have to take the plane alone. And we are speaking about one guy who's 24 years old, you know? Then it's giving you this is also like something that you need to understand when you are working with them, that on the same way that they are very polite, that they never complain about nothing, sometimes you need to ask them a lot of the time something, because it's for them, it's a little bit strange when the coach is asking them for something. Yesterday, for example, after the 3 matches, as usual, I prepare a meeting. I explain what is was good, was not bad, and he said, "Okay, this situation, what do you want to do? We can do this, or this. You can choose." And the players, they were like, "We can decide what to do." I said, "Yes, of course." They always follow rules. They When you give them the possibility to decide about something, for them is strange, but this needs some time. But I guess that will be good. It's really a pleasure to work with them. You know that there are some limits, that is some part that will be really difficult, but it's always a pleasure to work with them.
Give them some video of Swedish timeout with Im Gottfridsson. So
Yes.
they have
Exactly.
to see.
Yes. Yesterday we saw the match that the Swedish team play against Iceland, and we did this comment with the staff that okay, now he speak a little bit less. Appelgren is taking much more
Yeah.
the comments. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
That we
He
feel
is on the start. He is on the start. Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
We will see how
yes,
we'll progress. Okay, you have one comment from Trebinje, Bosnia and Herzegovina, but Serbian part about your work in Serbia,
yes.
ratings and so on. So, okay,
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
so group with Sweden, Spain, and Chile. Okay, I guess, and you mentioned that Chile is your main point, I guess, and the most realistic thing to beat. But Chile is very experienced on this level, and they played a lot of matches. And every second year they are here on the championship.
Yes.
But what about Sweden and Spain? Spain had some difficulties in the last, let's say, a year and year and a half. Something is happening. I don't know. It is the changing of generation or what. But Serbia was also close to beat them and to withdraw them from the championship. And on the other side, Sweden also to tournament without medal, changing the coach. Do they change something in the game? And of course, they had problem mainly in defense without Bergendal and Dar. How do you see them?
Okay, let's with order of the matches against Sweden, for example. It's clear that they
Mhm.
have problems now without the two defenders in Certa. But when they have a problem, they call one guy who's called Andreas Nilsson. That he has I don't know how many years of experience at the highest level. You know, there is something that doesn't matter which player from Swedish team will come to play. They can choose in between 50, 60 players. That the number 59 will have more international experience than the number one in Japan, and this is so clear. Uh, they will not even that they change with the coach. They are almost the same players. The key players, I will say the same. Okay, like Gottfinson, of course, Karlsbogar, wings who are scoring now. Ekberg come back also at least to shoot the 7 meters like yesterday against Iceland. They have very experienced, very difficult. It's a very difficult team to play against. But I think that we know what we can expect from them. Okay, I think that it's a team that they are playing at always at the same level. They never play very bad. They are always be able to play at the same level. I think that with Serbia 2 years ago before the World Championship was a good test for us there, and for me was just to know a little bit more deep inside about the Swedish team. And of course, to be able to do something with them, we need our goalkeepers with 18 saves and their goalkeepers with 5 saves. And I guess that this will be difficult, but we will try. It's the 3 matches that we play here in block. We was very close matches with Tunisia, with Poland, and with Austria. Of course, I think Sweden is much better, but Austria finished the 8 in the last Euro, and we beat them. Okay, without Bilic. Bilic was not there, but the only player. All the other were there, and we were able to beat them. Then, what I'm sure that my players will play at 100% this match against Sweden, and they will need to fight also to win us. That means that we are not losing the match before to play it. We start 0-0 with 16 players each team, and we will try to do our best to get a good result and especially to make some improvements.
Yeah.
After we go to
Spain.
Spain. Yeah, this is the point. Spain, you mentioned that they were in difficulties in the last year and a half, but even with all these difficulties, finally they beat Serbia. They were close to lose, but with Italy, but they beat Italy. They were close to lose yesterday with Norway, but they beat Norway. They were close to lose with Slovakia 3 days ago, but they beat them by 4 at the end. They were close to lose in the Olympic Games, but finally they got bronze medal. That means that even in the most difficult moments, they are always there. I will say that the Spain, the most difficult is how to prepare to play on defense against them because they have such quality in attack, individual quality, and they are able to play in 25 different ways. Each player can take 5 different decisions in each moment. We saw it yesterday in the match against Norway. And it's true that there is a lot of new players like Brother Sikusa, who takes now a big role also who has huge experience. But all that players are playing every week 2 important matches. This is what I told them. Look, these guys, these brothers Sikusa, they are 18 years old. But for the last 2 years, every week they are playing 2 matches. One in French league, like Georgia, Petar one with Barca in the Spanish league, and one in Champions League or European League. This experience, this is gold. And even that they are young, they have a huge experience. Then I will say that with Spain, the most difficult part is how to play in defense against them because they have a very good quality. And even that, in my opinion, I think that in defense, especially when they play 5-1, they are very aggressive and they can be very difficult. But when there is a small problem, finally, Gonzalo or Sergei, they are on the goals. And I didn't see a lot of matches from Spanish national team with less than 10, 12, 14 saves.
Except
Then,
those one
of
against
course,
Croatia when they had 0 last January.
exactly. This is the only one. But I think in the last 2 years, perhaps was the only one.
In the
Then
last 10
I cross
years,
my
I think.
finger. Yeah, I cross my finger that perhaps against us will be the same. But I know that this will be difficult. And finally, we go the match against Chile. Like as you said, there are few players playing at high level because some of them are playing in second league in Spain or like this. But they are playing together for a long time. And just like Erwin Fetchman, brothers Salinas, they have experience enough to really make a tough, very difficult game because they are able to play with the rhythm of during the match. They are able to play on a different ways. And I know that we should prepare the team really for a very tough battle. I have to say that if we are these 3 matches that we played here give me confidence to see that the team is able to play with some stable performance during 3 matches, and was very positive for the team. The feeling after these 3 matches here in Poland.
Yeah. Okay. When we speak about the possible main round, I hope that you will reach that. You will cross with a group where is Norway, Portugal, Brazil. Uh, who is the fourth team?
United States.
Okay. So with these three,
Exactly.
okay.
With these three,
Uh,
you are right. You're right.
with these three. So it's nice group, nice teams, nice. Let's say nice, but I think that you can play nice matches with Brazil. Maybe you will be competitive with them. I'm sure. And also Norway and Portugal are the team with whom you can show all the potential of Japanese handball. It would be great
Exactly.
opportunity.
This is the goal. The goal, if everything goes normal, our goal is to be on the Olympics in 28. This is a new group, even that there is not okay. There are some, I will say, old player like Jin Watanabe, who was already 34. That he's not here. Okay, because we need to give time to those players that for the important moment that this is 27 qualification in October must be ready and must get this experience. And our goal to be in the main round, of course, is the better qualification, better ranking at the end of the World Championship, but especially to have also the possibility to play 3 very good games again against 3 very good teams. Okay, this is priceless to have the possibility to play these kind of matches because, as you know, any Japanese team, any Japanese club is playing international competition. They don't play Asian Championship. This is also I'm trying, and I hope, and I wish, and I think that next year finally Japanese team will go to play Champions League in Asia, and this will be very important. Then as they don't have the possibility to play international games when we are coming to play the World Championship, what we want is to play the maximum number possible of matches with the maximum level possible, because for an international week, just for example next international week in March and in May, we cannot take the team because the league, there is like a professional for one league they have one professional office, and this office they didn't take care about the international calendar. That means that I don't have international week in March or in May. I have to wait until next November. Of course I will try to make some shortcomes of 2 3 days. They allow me to do this, I will do it, even like because I'm living there in Japan. But then there is no time to bring any team to play against. That means that for the team to play international games after this World Championship next Can be in summer if we organize something, and if not, that players need to rest. If not, it will be November. For this is crucial for us to have the possibility to go to the main round.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's say the biggest question, the question, okay, is Denmark capable to win the fourth goal in a row? And you will tell me maybe more about these top ranking teams. How do you see the now the at the start of new Olympic cycle who are who will go for for the final and for the medals?
I think Danish team A, Danish team B, they can be fighting for the gold medal between them. If they bring a roster of 38 players or 36 players, they have team to play the final between them. It's really amazing how many players they have playing at the highest level and the roster that they have, and the players who are not even in the roster for this World Championship, that mostly of them will be number one in doesn't matter which national team. I think that Danish are one step in front of the other. I think that France is also coming back, especially now if Prandi and Dikamema are coming back. This will be a very difficult team to win against. Okay, they are very good, and after, okay, there are a group of teams that in some days it depends how the players are. It's always a world championship after the Olympic Games is difficult because many good players didn't make pre-season. We saw unfortunately how many players are not in this world championship due to some injuries because they are playing high competitions also with their clubs. They didn't have enough time to rest. And then I guess that I expect also that the Spain or Swedish, Norway, Germany, I hope that Egypt, that is good for handball, that's one non-European national team, can be fighting for something, for some medals. Even that the Aldera is not there, is a very important player for Pastor. We know that. And but after Danish and French team, I guess there is a big group with many teams that can be there. I wish also that Portugal has a good possibility. Okay, there is a good young players with already 2 3 years together playing international level at highest level possible. And as I think that they can have also the possibility to do something great if let's see how is going the match against, especially against Norway, because if you go to the main round with points or without points, it change a lot the possibilities for the crosses after.
Yeah. Okay, one question more, but I read the comment. Okay, we will answer on this. We will answer on this. No
Yes.
no 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 problem. Uh, oh, I lost it. I lost it. Yeah, my question: do you have some information about Cuba? Cuba is for me the biggest, question mark because they will come with a fantastic bodies probably, and they will throw energy and athleticism and everything, but I don't know the quality. I'm
I didn't see any match. I can tell you because I didn't see any match. What I know is
Mhm.
just what I'm reading, and what I know is just about people who was related with Cuban handball before, like Rafa Capote or like this, that they can explain me how it's going a little bit over there. But this will be perfect. This will be perfect. If there is another non-European team who is coming with a lot of power, as you said, for the bodies, this is perfect. But also for bodies is not enough. I had experience when I was with Tunisia national team playing against Nigeria or against Cameroon. When I saw the players on the hotel, I was shocked. I said, "Oh my God!" But after, you need to play with the hands, you need to run, you need to be able to play together at the same handball. And I don't know if they had the possibility to improve on that, but this will be fantastic. This will be fantastic for handball to have some other good potential nation if the players stay there. Because one of the biggest problems that they have in Cuba is when the players go out and finally they play for, I don't know, for Spain, for Portugal, for Italy. I wish also that Italy make a good tournament, because also they are playing much, 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 much better. They improve a lot. These are bunch of players playing together for a few years already. And I wish and I hope that also they will be good. They will make good results in this World Championship.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but Qatar will be also very interesting, and because Žarko Markovic is there and And
Yes.
Frankis is there and Capote also.
Yes. Frankie's, yes, Frankie's, Capote. Yeah. Okay, is the
With
problem
Vuja
of
mentality on the bench, it would be interesting.
let's see. Let's see how this will be. Okay, it's clear that they have potential. Also, one problem can be the that I will say that all the players that you said they are amazing players, but to play like in 2 weeks, six strong matches minimum, this is hard. Okay, you need
Mhm.
condition for recover, and this is the big difference between those national teams who have a lot of players who are playing in European competitions with their clubs that they used to be at this level. But when you are speaking about Japanese players or even the Qatarian league is not the same level like Bundesliga or like French league, and then if they are able to keep the level, the six matches, of course they have a good roster, they have a very good players, and why not? They can be again in fighting for something in the last rounds.
Yeah. Okay, and we will finish with the Serbian handball. So another Spanish guy are coming in July to overtake Serbian national team, Raul Gonzalez. Uh, have you been surprised when you heard about that? Do you speak with him? Did he call you?
I spoke with him, but before I spoke with him because last summer they came, Paris Saint Germain. They came to play to make pre-season in Japan. Then we
Mhm.
play a friendly with one national team B, like this Serbian team that we went to play to Oran, something like this. And he explained me already at that time that he will not continue in Paris for sure at 100, and that he was thinking to take one national team. But he didn't mention. I don't know if it was some contacts at that moment in August, but he didn't mention that was with Serbia national team. Okay, and because he told me that he wanted to make one to change a little bit the daily exigence from club to take one national team on a different way. After this, he didn't call me. Okay, I think that he's now busy with his subjects and with his problems in Paris, with his season, with his club. But okay, in any case, of course, I wish him like all the people who is in Serbian handball. I wish them the best. And okay, I hope that next Euro will be a good Euro, and in the next World Championship, perhaps we will find the possibility to cross our ways one more time.
Okay, you know potential of the players and situation more or less. How far is Serbia from Los Angeles 2029? 28, sorry.
28, yeah. As you can imagine, I'm following. I still have contact with many people in Serbia, many players that we used to chat every 2 weeks or just some messages or to exchange and to speak how it's going, everything. I think it's very nice to see that now Partizan is really a serious project and they can fight with Vojvodina to build something more. I wish that also Red Star or Pančevo, some other clubs will, or why not Metaloplastica will make one step more also. And the conditions for the clubs will be better because finally, when the conditions in the clubs are better, results of national teams are coming easily. I will say easily because now you have Serbian clubs playing European competition, and just remember how it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago was completely different. And this is gold for the national team when you have players playing in big leagues or players who play at home but they play international competition. This experience that they are achieving, this is very, very, very important. Then I think that Serbian handball is making these steps in the right way. Of course, I'm not deep inside to know what is happening. I don't know if situation in the clubs change a lot or not. But what I can say is, this is what I'm seeing about the clubs. And when the clubs are playing international competition, when the players are improving their condition in their clubs, of course, this is very, very precious, and this is very, very good and very nice for the national team. And of course, then to fight for to be in Los Angeles, that means that you need a super result in you need to win the World Championship or you need to win the Euro. I think that this is still far, is to be realistic. But there is a new generation of players coming, that with some players who are not so old, players who are in the best moment. And we start a few years ago with players like Dodic, like Kos, like Kujadinovic, and now they became really, really good players. And I'm sure that Serbia will have their chances. And finally, like in a lot of matches that we played in the past, one decision, one goal, one rebound, one fast break, one defense will be the key. But at least I see closer to the big teams, Serbia now, that when I arrived there 3 years and a half ago. Even that the start was perfect because we beat France, that no one expect that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I told you 30 minutes. It's 35. I don't want to waste your
Don't
energy.
worry.
I
It's
know
okay. It's okay.
that you are
Don't
now
worry. I will
focused.
keep the morning working with videos. Players are going to the gym. I don't need to go to the gym. I just need to focus on the videos. I'm now looking the two matches that Swedish team play against Iceland to see if they change something from the previous work that they did. And it's always a pleasure to speak with you, to speak with Serbian people, with people in Balkans. Okay, I just wish them all the best. It's a pity that they are not in this World Championship, but I'm sure that in the next years and in the future, very nice things are coming.
Thank you, Tony. Always pleasure to speak with you, and we will keep in touch. And we will not see each other. I will be in Zagreb. You will be
I hope
on the.
I hope that I will not see you, because if we are coming to Croatia, it means that
Yeah,
we are playing the.
yeah, yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I wish I prefer to see you in a couple of years.
In Cologne. Hopefully, I don't know if you have, but with this
This
Japanese calendar schedule, probably Cologne is not permitted.
the problem is that they organize the final four, the same final four, the final four of the playoff that they call that. It's not final four, it's final eight. The playoff, they organize the playoff on the same weekend that the final four.
They have their own
this
planet.
this is, but at least I'm glad that I was able to take university board, Japanese league board, and Japanese Handball Federation board, to put them together and to make a new calendar for next season. That means that for next season everything will be respected. Because,
Yeah.
for example, this year I was going to play Egypt two friendly games in November, and I couldn't take any university player because all of them, they were playing the finals of the university in Japan. Then they don't take they just there isn't, like, no. Sometimes I'm asking them, hey, are you speaking the same Japanese, or is different languages that you don't understand each other? Because we just need to take a seat and to communicate and to speak together.
Yeah, understand. Okay, thank you and good luck. And hope not to avoid. I hope you to. I wish you to avoid porridge and to stay in Norway as long as you can.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. See you. Keep in touch.
See you. See you.
See
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye. Bye.